If you're weaker than a person who's bad, he's not going to give a fuck about you. I need you guys to understand this. Think about if you were an evil individual. If you were evil and you became ridiculously strong, if nobody could whoop your ass, you would do whatever you wanted, right? Exactly. But now, let's say somebody could whoop your ass, you would think twice, right? And that's the power violence has. Good can only keep evil in check if good remains strong. And 90% of the problems that we're seeing in society today is because men have become too weak. We're too soft. We've allowed way too much to slide, and we've never put our foot down. And now we listen to women, and nobody has kids. And third worlders invade our country. I need you guys to understand this shit deeply. This is the importance of violence. I mean, you need to be able to be violent. You can only value a life if you can take one, bro. So anyway, let's hop right into the interview. I think that was just a great way to start. I just really fucking like that tweet, bro. I saw that. I'm like, yeah, like people don't understand what it means to be a good person. You can't be a good person if you're weak, bro. You can't. You can only be a good person if you're strong. So be strong, right? Hope that shit makes sense to y'all. You know, let me know, of course, in the chat, bro. If that shit made sense, if you were like, oh yeah, that's fucking facts. Like niggas talk about being good people, but they're not famous, they're not rich, they're not strong, they're not particularly capable at all. I'm like, how are you a good person? You can't even influence anything to happen that is good. But apparently you're a good person. Like good people would rather say they're good people than actually become strong to defend said goodness against those who are evil. Good people will sit there and be like, I am a good person while evil people are killing them. And it's like, great. Like, what the fuck, bro? Come on now. Anyway, let's keep moving through this interview, man. We're almost done here, man. We are at 147, man. Done at 228, so.
Things happen to me in the future, I won't regret them either. I just don't operate from that frame. I really do consider myself far more a commentator on life than a liver of life. I am a vessel, but I observe everything from above. And what happens to me, this is just the body, the conduit that God was fortunate enough to give me to observe life through. I'm glad he made it tall and strong and sexy and brown. That's great. But I'm quite externalized about things. And if I go to jail, I'll enjoy the experience of jail.
And are you hard on yourself?
Brown is still fucking wild, nigga. Like, this nigga Tate is white, bro. I know he's black. Right? I know his dad's black. It's just funny.
You have to be. Otherwise, you can't win.
Are you hard right now? I mean, I heard they call you Cobra Tate. Are you packing a python?
Bonnie, you know, Bonnie, you're not an ugly woman. You're attractive. But
I'm sure you're average. Oh, you know, actually, okay. I don't know. Let me see how you guys feel about this. So I actually came up with a rating scale, like of how to accurately weight. Like I think I came up with the literal best way to rate niggas. So this is what the scale looks like in terms of like the wording you use. So okay, so a 1 is like non-applicable. Okay, so this is the best rating scale. So basically, a 1 is like an NA. Basically, there's no mode of attraction. It's like looking at an alien, something that is non-human, basically. Like you can't even, there's no arousal, just nothing. And then a 2 is fucking ugly. A 3 is ugly. And then a 4 is below average. A 5 is average. And then a 6 is above average. A 7 is hot. An 8 is sexy. A 9 is a model. And a 10 is a supermodel. That shit fire, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how y'all feel about that shit, but that's clean. Ain't that a clean list? So, okay. I'm gonna do this one more time for you niggas, bro. So this is how you rate bitches. This is how you actually rate bitches, y'all. Okay. So a 1 is like NA. You can't, like, it doesn't even look like a woman. You like, it's basically you're looking at a man. So there's no attraction. That's a 1. So basically a girl who's just a dude, basically. A trans motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? That's just 1. And then 2 is fucking ugly. It's an ugly, fucking ugly. A 3 is just ugly. So, you know, just based like, damn, this bitch ugly. Just fat and just ugly in the face, right? And then a 4 is below average, right? Just like, all right, maybe her body not as bad, but it's still mostly chunky and then face not great. So, yeah, that's what was that? What did I just say? Did I say 3? Or was that 4? No, so, yeah, no, 4 is just below average, yeah. So 4 is below average. And then you have a 5. A 5 is an average. So she's just an average looking girl. And then a 6 is an above average looking girl. All right. And then 7 is hot. Like this, just a baddie, you know what I'm saying? She bad. And then an 8 is sexy. So it's sexy as Joan. You know what I'm saying? Like Megan Fox Transformers days. I mean, damn. She be a 7. What did I just say? 7? I just said 7, y'all, right? So 7. So 7 is hot. 8 is sexy. And then 9 is model. 10 is supermodel. I'm gonna go through it one more time, y'all. So the best ranking, or the best way to rank bitches, this is what it looks like. A 1 is basically NA. Basically, you're looking at someone that's like a woman but looks like a dude. So basically, there's just no attraction. Then 2 is fucking ugly. Then 3 is ugly, just base ugly. You know what I'm saying? Then 4 is below average. 5 is average. 6 is above average. 7 is hot, just a bad jump. And then 8 is sexy. 9 is a model. 10 is a supermodel, right? So basically on the highest end, when she's a 10, she could basically live off her looks alone. Like she just needs to look good and everything gets paid for her. Like she's straight. And then 1 is like a trans motherfucker that just is a girl but looks like a dude completely. Like a trans. Basically 1 is trans. Like if I said 1, trans, basically. So that's how I rate bitches. So if someone says, "Oh, she is 6," that's what I'm thinking. Like, okay, that's above average. If somebody says she a 2, I'm like, "Oh, that's fucking ugly." If somebody says she's an 8, I'm like, "Oh, that's sexy." You know what I'm saying? That's how I rank it personally. We know how you niggas feel about that shit, but that's how I do it. But what would I give Bonnie? Ooh, this is a good question actually. What would I give Bonnie? Let me see her face again.
You're not.
Are you packing a python?
Bonnie.
Wait, hold on. I mean, she's just a blonde Joan. Let me see if I include body, face. Let me see body and face card. She probably like a 6. She's an above average looking white girl. You know what I'm saying? I think Lily Phillips looks better than her, but Lily Phillips is kind of in that range between 6 and 7. I think 6 though. I think both of them are 6s actually. Just Bonnie and Lily are 6s. Like these are like just because like I'm thinking about body type, but every nigga fuck with their own personal like body type. But I would say if I had to rate Bonnie and Lily, it'd probably be like, yeah, they're about 6. So as I said with my rating earlier, 6 is like above average. Like they're just above average. They're not average looking white girls, but they're above average. You know what I'm saying? You could walk around fucking Clemson or some shit, or what's a school that a lot of white girls go to? I don't know, University of Alabama or some shit. And you could probably see white Jones that look better than both of them. I'm gonna keep it a stack. So I'm gonna say 6. I'm gonna go with 6. I fuck with that.
Right now. I mean, I heard they call you Cobra Tate. Are you packing a python?
Bonnie, Bonnie, you're not an ugly woman. You're attractive.
I think Tate was smashed. I think this is all for show. I think Tate was smashed this year. I don't care. Because he's also smashed Laura Southern. So he fought with a white Jones, bruh. I'm gonna be honest, because he smashed Laura Southern, that bitch who was accusing this nigga like a few weeks ago, but like a couple days ago, and in like some dumbass book that she released, she said that this nigga raped her. I can say that shit on YouTube, right? Rape? Oh man, all right. Well, let's just hope the YouTube stream don't go down, but whatever. So, but yeah, like, I forgot what I was going to fucking say, but yeah, so. He's smashed like Laura Southern, who kind of looks like Lauren Southern. Let me see if I can find a picture of her so I can show you niggas. Lauren Southern. Like, so I know he messed with the white Jones. Yeah, like, hold on, y'all. I got y'all. Like, I know he messed with the. I just know he be messing with it. So this is what she look like. Like, this is Lauren Southern. So, I mean, like, he's like, oh, you're attractive. I'm like, yeah. So, like, because Tate fucking with that. Like, he be fucking with the white girls, bro. He be fucking with the basic. Because this is, like, this girl to me is, like, a 6 or a 5, bro. She's just, like, I'm going to be honest. I've seen way better white girls than this. You know what I'm saying? But average ain't bad, y'all, by the way. Like, I'm not trying to say, like, mid is, like, it's just mid, bro. It's just like, this is all right. Like sometimes you just want some all right food, but any fucking way, bro. Like, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like him, like he smashed Bonnie, bro. And like even if he didn't know shit about her, he'd do it, bro. Just based off him smashing Lauren Southern.
But because I'm jaded through my, long and industrious career, the only thing I find interesting really about women nowadays is kind of similar to something you said earlier.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah.
You said you wanted to take the souls of the virgin men.
Mm-hmm. God,
I
you're getting
kind
me
of like to get a
excited.
woman's heart more than I like to get her pussy. I kind of like her to be obsessed with me. And that's easier to do when you're one of her first men.
I mean, as soon as she sees you watching your money, you're all right. You've got a heart.
Yeah, but no, that she's obsessed with my bank. I want her to be obsessed with me for real. I try and find women who love me, which is very difficult.
For who you are and not your money and transactions.
No, it starts with the money and transactions and it kind of stays that. But I like to have women who feel like they can't live without me, because if a woman feels like she can live without me, I lose all attraction to her. I don't know why. So it's nothing personal.
That's interesting.
I'm sure your technique is fantastic. And
it might be, I mean, that's actually interesting though. I wonder why he actually thinks that. I mean, I feel like it kind of depends. I think once you reach a certain level of status and wealth, you do get to a point where like a ton of bitches are attracted to you. So it's like, it's not novel anymore for a woman just to be attracted to you, because she immediately she's just attracted to what you have. So now it becomes a game of, is there a girl who, well, yes, is attracted to what I have, but it's like my mindset and my character and the way that I see the world and my perspective, if she falls in love with that. So that's like, I feel like that's what he's referring to in the sense of, if for him, it's like when he says can't live without me, it's like it starts with the money and status and everything, but then it grows into him as a person. She cares about, like she like he wants that to where, because a woman, truthfully speaking, like a woman could go find another rich guy with a lot of status too. Like she could, in terms of going to go talk to him. I'm not saying get a relationship out of a nigga, but in terms of going to go talk to a nigga. But I think more what he wants is it to a point where maybe it starts that she's attracted with the money and status, but she then grows to just like the way that he moves and his perspective and mentality towards the world, to the point that she can't live without him, because the way he sees the world is ridiculous. Like he just sees the world in a way that is so incredible that she's like, it immediately goes beyond, the money and status. It starts there, of course. Like that's just what base is going to make anybody attracted to you. In the same way, you're never going to talk to a bitch that you find unattractive. You know what I'm saying? Like you're only going to talk to a girl that you actually find attractive, and then get to know her and realize that, oh my God, I actually really fuck with this bitch's personality. But at first it's always going to be about, does this bitch look good or not? So I think for him, he more understands that, okay, a lot of hoes are going to be attracted to me because they got money and status, but can I get a girl who likes me for me? Basically, as actually Rob actually just asked, like, likes you for you. But, most of the time it's going to be, it's just a whole other thing, bro, because I always try to tell guys all the time that you are what you do. You're not what you think you are. You're not what your thoughts tell you you are. You are what you do. What is real? What can people see that you do? Just like a lot of people, when they first meet you, they'll ask you what you do. What is your job? Because they identify whatever you're doing with you. Like that's who you are. Like when somebody mentions somebody's name, like somebody says, oh, Andrew Tate. Like they might say, oh, he's that media personality. He's that red pill guy. He's that misogynist dude. Like they'll prescribe you with a label that refers to an action that you take, so people can quickly remember who you are. People don't just know you for you. They know you for what you do. So hope that shit makes sense to y'all.
You're very attractive.
Thanks.
But
do you think that makes you a narcissist then?
Oh,
yeah. So I'm trying to tell you, this nigga say like them white hoes, bro. Like you fuck with them white bitches, bro. I mean, yeah, fair. I mean, I be dabbling in this though. I only think for me, I'm only attracted to white girls because I grew up in like a mostly predominantly white school. So it's like they just grow on you. You know what I'm saying? Like because at least, yeah, so throughout elementary school, middle school, high school, like I was just around white girls all the time. So like you just start getting an affinity to them. You're like, oh, these white girls, they be looking good. But even after I left like high school and got to college, that's when I was like, oh, all bitches are attractive. That's when I realized, no, all hoes are attractive. But at first it was just kind of like, okay, I like white jokes. That's what I actually like. And then once I reached college, I'm like, damn, there's bad bitches in every race. But you just don't know. But yeah, but this nigga, yeah, he fuck with the white hoes, bro. I'll tell y'all right now.
I think every single person on the planet is a narcissist.
Yeah.
I think it's fucking ridiculous when we sit here and say, oh, he's a narcissist, but I'm not. Of course, that's the dumbest shit. Every single person
When
on
you
the
look
planet.
at the definition of it, everyone is to
Everyone's
a
a
certain
narcissist.
extent. As long as you want to be successful and you believe in what you believe in and
You're
you
a
feel
narcissist.
Yeah, I'm actually going. In fact, I should actually talk to y'all about ego real quick because a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions about ego because everybody's defining it differently. So, okay. There is nothing bad about having an ego. All your ego is your sense of self or the way that you view yourself. Understand? And the reason why ego is so important to becoming extremely successful is because you can only become successful if you believe you can become successful. Understand? Because your mentality precedes your reality, meaning you can only act on what you believe. If you don't believe something to be true, you can't do it. If you believe if you jump into a pool, you're going to instantly die, you know what you're not going to do? You're not going to jump in the fucking pool. Understand? So your belief precedes your reality. So the only way you can become extremely successful and maintain it is if you believe you can be. If you believe it. And the only way you can believe you can do something is if you view yourself as a capable person to do something. And this is why I always say that you want to build a mentality that always serves you. You never want to think in a way that does not serve you, because there's no point in doing that. You know, they say the lion is the king of the jungle. Why is the lion the king of the jungle? If the lion is not objectively the strongest, the fastest, the smartest, doesn't have the sharpest claws or the strongest bite, whatever it is. The lion doesn't have any of these stats. Hell, the lion isn't even in a fucking jungle. That shit lives on the savannah. But somehow the lion is the king of the jungle. Why? Because of the lion's mentality. The lion can only view himself as the king. The lion never views himself as a peasant or as any of the other fodder animals that are in the jungle, on the savannah, what the fuck ever. Like, it can only view itself as a winner. That's the only way it can view itself as. And because it can only view itself as a winner, you know what happens? Its actions precede that. The way the lion carries itself, the way it walks and just, I'm not saying lions really be doing this shit and be thinking about this shit, but just to give you guys perspective on what I'm trying to explain here, like the way the lion walks and acts, like you motherfuckers have seen Lion King. Like, look in Lion King, like the way, you know, Mufasa and them, they be standing and be roaring and all the animals be like, oh yeah, Mufasa, you know what I'm saying? Like, because lions only like are commonly associated with pride, like they can only see themselves as winners, and that's why lions win. Because the only way you will win in life is if you only ever see yourself in a winner. This is why winners always win and losers always lose, because losers always are constantly looking for ways to justify losing, whereas winners are constantly looking for ways to justify winning, because they refuse to ever see any reality in which they lose. And for that reason, their actions always force them to win, because they do not take any actions that make them lose. Make sense? So yes, you do want to have an extremely strong ego, an extreme sense of self. You need to view yourself as an absolute winner. And naturally, your actions have to follow to back that shit up. But usually, if you do have the mentality where you only view yourself as a winner, you can only see yourself winning in the end, your actions will precede that. Or your actions will follow that. You know, it's hard to, as I was describing with the whole pool thing earlier, it's hard to go against what you believe yourself to be. If you believe yourself to be a winner, you're never going to make a move that makes you a loser, because it goes against what you believe. Niggas, if you believe some shit, you're not going to go against your belief. You know what I'm saying? This is like saying I believe in God, but I'm also an atheist. Like, you act like an atheist, but you believe in God. Like, you usually don't go against your belief if it's a strong enough belief. So if you believe you're a lion, then you'll remain a king. I'm telling y'all, man. Like, so everybody has a fucking ego from that regard.
Powered by it.
Of course.
Suddenly you're a narcissist.
Everybody's a narcissist. Everybody's out for themselves. Everything is transactional. And the goal of all transactions is to get the better end of the deal. And I have no problem with girls spending my money if I feel like I'm getting the better end of the deal.
Sure.
If she gives me like children, for example, that's one of the ways she can give me the better end of the deal. If she dedicates her life to me and she's sexually exclusive to me and she doesn't go out clubbing or partying and doesn't do anything without telling me and she gives me her life and her loyalty, I feel like that's worth some money. That's a transaction, but it is a transaction. It's absolutely what it is. I'm not interested in having sex with women just for the sake of sex.
The only sucky thing about society nowadays is just that having such loyalty from a woman is actually extremely expensive. Meaning the average guy walking around can't afford some shit like that. Like, you basically have to be on the same level as Tate in terms of your wealth and your fame and your status to even remotely get that. And even then, it's like still a small minority of women that you're going to get that from, at least in the States, you know, at least in the West, in the US. Maybe if you go to another country, sure, fine. But it's just like, well, it just depends on how bad you want it. Because what I was getting ready to say was like, well, you know, having to go to some other random butt fuck nowhere country to go get a wife is like fucking crazy when you probably like US values. But you do whatever you got to do. You know, if you really want that shit, you can go get it. But you are going to have to make a good amount of money and then go to a different country, to be real. But anyway, that's why a lot of niggas are marrying bitches from Colombia. But this is why society is also falling very, very fast, because the average man cannot afford to have a submissive wife anymore. I mean, most women just base are not being trained to be submissive. And then you can't even afford to have a very good relationship where a girl is submissive to you because these bitches work now. So if they're relative to you in any way, they're always going to be insufferable. But once you reach a certain amount of money and status and you're better than her in every single way, now she'll be forced to submit to you. But even then, you're basically going to have to train all the feminism out of her before she met you, which is why it's just like such a bad deal for men to get married nowadays and just relationships in general. So
this might be controversial, don't find sex
God
that...
forbid you're controversial.
I know. I don't find sex that entertaining. I really don't enjoy it that much, to be
Maybe you need
honest.
to switch your girls
Sex is
up.
supposed to be entertaining.
No, I really, like, I'll be halfway through fucking a bitch, and I'm just like, you know, what? I got better shit to do. I can go...
Well,
Yeah.
you need to
Mama.
impregnate her.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only reason I'm doing it. Because I really don't find sex that
How long are
great.
you lasting in the bedroom?
Long enough, my dear. I don't really find
Hey,
sex
what that
entertaining.
mean, bro?
I don't enjoy sex that much. I don't really care, really. I'm not that sexual a person. And I think that's because I could have it as much as I wanted, maybe. I don't know. I mean, most men are...
I don't know. Let me see how I think about this. I mean, for me, bro, I ain't gonna lie. There is just a lot more fun shit to do outside of sex, to be real. And this is not me trying to sit here and say, oh yeah, I'm rolling the hose at all times or nothing like that. You know, it's just more like there's just way more fun shit to do. Like, the more capable you become as a man, the more shit you can do, the less entertaining sex becomes. You know, like, sex is only fun, as he's kind of mentioning, like, when you're not fucking all the time, then sex is fun. But if you're able to fuck all the time, it quickly becomes boring. It quickly becomes, I could be conquering the world some more. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I always talk about becoming as capable as possible and becoming as strong as possible, y'all. Because the more capable and strong you become, the more life itself becomes fun. Like, you even start caring about bitches less because you can just do more cooler shit rather than smashing all the time. I even literally dropped a video today about how you can navigate bitches or navigate around women so you can become extremely successful. Because I promise you, when you become extremely successful, that's more fun. Being a winner is fun, y'all. Like, being capable and being able to do shit is fun. That's way more fun. Like, okay, let me give you an example. Would you rather be Batman or be able to fuck all the hoes in the world? Right? Would you rather be Batman or be able to fuck all the hoes? Some of you lame niggas would be like, I want to smash hoes. But a lot of us would really be like, no, I want to be Batman. What the fuck? Be fighting crime and shit. Like, that's lit. You know what I'm saying? Because really, we want skill and ability. That's what makes our lives fun as men. It's not like, oh, just being able to smash. The whole smashing shit is only important for children, bro. That's why also in the YouTube video I dropped, I talked about how women are really only useful for making babies. Like, outside out of making babies, bro, women are honestly insufferable, bro. I'm going to keep it a stack with y'all. Like, you have your babies with them and not be a deadbeat dad. That's not also what I'm saying here. It's just more like, outside of having children with them, it's not really that fun to be around them. You'd rather be conquering the planet, bro, on some Genghis Khan shit. You know, you fuck all the bitches, have kids with all of them, you keep conquering the world until you die. That's lit. Fun ass life. It's really not fun to be sitting, be caught up with a woman in a little house and whatever and be listening to her problems and shit. Not fucking fun. Being as capable as possible is fun as shit. Right? You niggas want to fuck with Batman, for example, if he ended up marrying Catwoman, for example. You niggas would not want to watch that shit no more. You'd be like, man, I want this nigga to fight crime again. Cause that's fun. Fighting for some shit is fun, bro. Like, it's not fun to like watch niggas be sitting there with a bitch all day. That shit not fun, y'all. Corporate shit is lit and fighting niggas is lit. So that's what I'm saying. Like at the beginning, maybe when you're not getting laid at all, sex is fun. But the more capable you become and the more women like you, it's like obviously you start to not care, and you just start wanting to just do cold shit and start conquering the planet and shit, because that's obviously way more fun.
So busy trying to chase it all the time that it's entertaining to them. But because I can fuck basically any girl on the planet, all of a sudden I really just don't really want to. I have other shit to do.
And even most niggas, they don't even like the chasing part. They just like the smashing part. Some niggas like the chasing part. But once again, that's only if you're good at game. See, if you only have skill in the thing, then that's when it becomes fun. It's not fun if you're trash. So, but like I said, if the more skillful you are as a man, the more capable you are as a man, the more you want to go do in real world shit, the less you want to do. This is also why I fucking hate video games. Like this is why I hate when young men play video games, because I'm like, bro, 90% of the shit that you're seeing in video games, you could do in real life. And some niggas will be like, oh, what about fantasy games? And I'm like, nigga, are you telling me if you could race around in supercars all day, if you had a ton of bad bitches around you, you lived in a really nice area, like, would you be sitting and be playing video games all day? If you're rich as fuck, driving around in fast cars, buying buildings, like, would you really be sitting there and be like, no, I want to play this video game more than do all that shit? Right? It's one thing if you have all that shit and then you're playing video games, then it's like, all right, well, you know what I'm saying? It's like, well, I mean, you kind of earned that shit, fine. But before that, it's like, bro, there's just so much other fun shit you could do. You could actually become good at real shit to enjoy your real life rather than sell your soul away into a video game. Understand? I'm telling you guys, like, being good at real shit is way more fun than doing fake shit and gaming and shit. It's like, real life is fun, y'all, but it's only not fun to you if you're not skilled. So you have to get good. Just like a video game isn't really that fun to you if you're not good yet. If you're not good at the game yet, it's not going to be fun. But the minute you start getting good, it starts getting fun. Life is the same way. It just takes longer to get good. You know, there's a higher barrier to entry in terms of ability, but the better you get at life, the more money you make, the more status you gain, the more skills and capabilities you gain, the more you establish strength within your mind through watching my videos, the better your life becomes, because you can do real shit for fun. So.
Out, or is that gay in your eyes because you're not doing that to breeder?
I think perhaps if a man licks a girl out, foreplay, I wouldn't say it's completely gay, no. But I mean, if you just licked a girl out and then didn't fuck her, I guess that would be kind of weird.
That'd be wild.
And that's how I see sex with a condom or sex with a birth control. I see it as that. If you imagine you just licked a girl out and then
all that. The reason why I ain't cool is because I like, personally, this is just my opinion. Like, it really should just be a dominance game. Every single time you fuck, it should be a dominance game. And I feel like licking a girl out is too submissive for me, man. That's just me personally. Maybe it's just the way I like doing shit. You know, I know a lot of these porn star niggas, they're more than willing to do that shit. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own style. But my personal opinion is like, it should be a dominance game. Like, this is how you make a woman viscerally attracted to you. When you're just in that bitch and it's just all about me and my pleasure and what I got going on, I think that's when she's going to perform at her best. Because that's just generally when women perform at their best. Like, bitches are at their best when you don't give a fuck about them. And you act like you don't give a fuck and it's all about you. That's when they're going to perform at their best. You know, when you start doing submissive shit in the bedroom and just submissive shit in general, their arousal will be dropping, you know. Anyway, that's just what I be seeing. That's what I recommend to y'all.
Stopped. I think it'd be kind of fucking weird. I don't know. But who gives a shit what I think, right? I'm just a guy. But my
You're
primary...
just a guy with a lot of cold cases.
I don't know why this nigga like say that shit.
Yeah.
My primary objective is children. Like, perhaps it's because if you have an empty life, if you're a man and you're at home all day and you're got a basic 9-to-5 job and you don't have much going on in your life, perhaps sex is a lot more entertaining to you because you have all these beautiful women you see on Instagram that you can't fuck and you have nothing else you can do.
On my mama. And that's my whole point that I'm trying to make here. Like, there's a lot of things that you only care about because you don't have it yet, which is natural. You know what I'm saying? Desire is created from a lack, like, clearly. But it's just like, a lot of these things that you think are so amazing, like smashing a lot of hoes, is only amazing because you haven't done it yet. But once you do it, you're like, okay, this is cool, but I don't really fuck with it anymore. Like, now I want to do something else. But what I've seen that constantly keeps men fulfilled is capability. When you have a lot of ability, that's when your life is actually fucking fun, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all.
But me, I can fuck any of these girls on Instagram, and I don't really want to because I can drive any car in the world, and I can go anywhere in the world, and I have private jets, and I have court cases to fight, and I have an empire, and I can do podcasts. I can do so many amazing things that sex is just further down the
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Like
All the
for
stuff I
me-
can do each day. If I wake up each day, I don't go, I want to fuck. I wake up and go, you know what? By the time I do this and this and this and this and this and this and this, I've had a great day. Maybe it's just because my life's so fantastic.
Yeah.
And the fact that all these women these men are chasing I could have makes them less appealing. But most of these men get no pussy. So of course they're obsessed with pussy. Starving men are obsessed with food. And if you have a buffet, you eat a bit and you're kind of bored of it. If you have a buffet in your house, you're just not hungry.
On my mama, bro.
I think like the average guy in my queue is just someone that goes to work. They've got a wife, maybe a couple of kids, and like sex is the most interesting thing they've got in their life. So I completely
Of course, they have
agree.
nothing else interesting to do, you know, but I have other very interesting things to do. But
True.
yeah, so I'm not an overly sexual person, I would argue. And I'm glad I'm not. Because if I was overly sexual like Diddy, I'd be fucking toast by now. Imagine that 4 different federal agencies.
Oh yeah, even too, with what he's about to say. This is also why, for me now, I've really pulled back on the idea of fucking a lot of hoes. Because I feel like the direction of my life and how cold I'm becoming, I'm going to become, I'm like, damn, I really don't want to get caught in some fuck shit with some scandals, bruh. Like, bitches are really going to run a case on my ass for sure. I'm scared, y'all. I'm scared. I'm fucking scared. So for me, I'm like, damn, can't be fucking no bitches, bruh. Because like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're going to dig some shit up about you, bruh. They're going to find a way. If somebody wants you gone, if you're gaining too much power and influence, and somebody wants you fucking gone, bruh, they're going to dig up some shit from their past, bro. Just like for Tate, bro, they're finding hoes that he hasn't smashed in years, and be like, did he rape you? Like, what the fuck? That's what I mean. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing nothing. I'm strictly beating my meat forever. Speaking of that shit, I mentioned that shit in the YouTube video I dropped today. But I'm beating my meat forever, y'all. I can't. I'm too scared to do it. I'm fucking scared, bro. Because that's just what it is when you know you're gonna be a cold nigga, man. When you know you got a bright future, bro. So gay. You can't do nothing no more. And someone gonna dig something up from your past, bro. Trying to keep the track record clean, bro. Ain't nobody got dirt on me. I'm a real ass nigga. Ain't nobody got dirt on me. But that's just the thing. So as you guys grow and become more famous, more powerful, more successful, y'all, like that's just something you're gonna have to keep in mind. Like niggas will try to dig up your past. They just will, which is fine. I mean, like once you get to a point where you're like, it's inevitable. Like the colder you become, the more influential you become, the stronger you become. Niggas are gonna find ways to dig up your past, especially when you're trying to do the right thing that is unpopular. When you're trying to do the right thing that is unpopular, niggas are gonna find a way to dig up your past. Right? So just keep that in mind. But that's a good thing though, because it means you're doing the right thing. Because to be real, if niggas aren't digging up your past, are you really that cold? Are you really popping like that? Like, let's be real. So
for 5 years of investigating me, and they
You'd
managed
be
to find
fucked.
fuck all. They couldn't find anything. They couldn't find any fucking orgies. They couldn't find anything. They're like, okay, we found a couple girlfriends, and he had sex with them, and then they had sex with him like 100 times, and they're saying one of the times he didn't buy him a handbag, so it's rape. Like even their cases are shit. They can't even build a case on me. Thank fuck I'm not overly sexual, because if I was, I'd be in jail. Which again, let's analyze this. This is truly hypocritical and insane that we live in a society which is overly sexualized. But then if you're a man who's overly sexualized, the second you do something they don't like, they use your over-sexuality against you. Look at Russell Brand. He was the poster boy of degeneracy. He was drug taking, running around all over TV, flirting with every single girl he met on television. Channel 4 were dragging girls up from the crowd to go flirt with him. He was seen as a playboy. It was funny. It was promoted. And now that he talks anti-vaccine, they're using it against him to try and put the guy in jail. So we're living in a society which is over-sexualizing everyone and then randomly picking and choosing.
Nah, this is what they do. This is what I'm saying. Y'all niggas gotta be careful, bruh. This is what I'm saying. Y'all gotta be careful, bruh. They're going to use the shit you've done against you. And I think the sexual shit is like, this is why, like, if you want to be extremely successful, you have to avoid the overly sexual shit. When you're doing the overly sexually shit, they're gonna catch your ass. They're like, women are basically being used. You know how like in the hood, you know, motherfuckers will set you up with bitches. They're like, okay, you think you're gonna smash some girl? You go to her crib, boom, niggas pop out with knives like, hey man, give me everything you got. Gotta give it up, give it all up. You know, like that shit. Like that's how women are basically used from like a more political standpoint. Like, if you fucked with a lot of bitches in the past and then you gain a lot of status and fame or whatever, and you say a true thing that kind of goes against the grain, they're gonna bring up all the hoes you dealt with in the past, bro. They're gonna find any degenerate, deplorable thing you have ever done and be like, look at what this nigga did. You know, as I just mentioned, bro, I get it's a part of the game, bro. It's a part of the game. It's just a part of the game, y'all.
Choosing the people they don't like who talk about something unrelated to sex.
It's not random.
Politics.
Is it really random?
Well, it's not random.
No.
They're choosing the people who talk about things unrelated to sex, usually politics, and using the sexuality against them.
Yep.
So they're making everybody guilty of a crime at the base level. Everybody is born guilty, the original sin, and then randomly jailing the people, not randomly, choosing and jailing the people who do other things they don't like.
Yep.
So it's completely unfair to Russell to promote a young man to take drugs and be sexual and then use it against him later. And it's completely unfair to convince women to go out and be sexual and make a bunch of money from it like Bonnie has and use it against her. What I'm saying is that society has put us here. We are exactly where we deserve to be.
Mm-hmm. You can literally do shit. You think it's fine. Years later, you say some shit you're not supposed to say. All of a sudden, this shit that you said you did years ago that was completely fine is fucked up. Like, that's so dumb, y'all. Like, holy shit.
Bring the asteroid. The fuck? This is where we are now. This is where we are. And the only reason I'm not overly sexual, truthfully, is because I see it for what it is and I don't really want to partake too much. And it's literally saved my life. Or I'd be in fucking jail right now. And what would I have done wrong? Nothing. Is there anything wrong with fucking 4 or 5 women? No. If they all want to, what's wrong with it? Nothing.
Yeah, I think as long as everyone.
I'm being honest. Is baby oil illegal? I mean,
this is also why, with the whole Jeffrey Epstein situation, like, that's why those files will never come out. Mainly because of Israel, but one of the main reasons why those files won't come out too is because, like, so many of the important people in our country have been compromised by that, because that's also what Israelis do. They meet our important people in our country. They get them to do some very deplorable shit that's against the law, like fucking kids or whatever it is. And then now that they've got them doing it and it's recorded and all the audio is recorded and, you know, all the information is there to prove that they did this shit. Now, whenever Israel does something that goes against our interests as Americans, what ends up happening is they can just be like, oh, we're going to release this shit. Them niggas going to find out about what y'all niggas was doing, and we're going to flip the script. And because they don't really want to get compromised, you know, Americans are kind of going to get, or American government is going to kind of cave into that and be like, well, shit, they got us with this blackmail because we were in these fucking sex parties and we were smashing kids. So shit, we can't let the American public know that. These niggas are going to go insane. And that's why the Epstein files will never really get released, y'all. Because when you do deplorable shit, they get you to do deplorable shit. And once you do deplorable shit, or once you're doing deplorable shit, it's recorded, niggas know, blah, 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 you're cooked. Because now, whenever you want to do something really important later, they'll blackmail your dumb ass. So just be very careful, y'all, when you're thinking about your future and thinking about the shit that you're doing, bro. Because I want you guys all to be fucking massive winners in your life. You know? So it's so ridiculously important that you avoid doing shit that could compromise you in the future, especially like from a deplorable standpoint. Like, have your nice, regular, consensual sex with text messages. You know, you got the cameras up everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Everything was consensual. Everything is recorded. Everything is known. Smash a girl under only those circumstances. So later, if niggas try to blackmail you for it, you have the information. Because a lot of important people in our country have done deplorable things and they don't have enough information to defend themselves. So now they get blackmailed into doing dumb shit for a parasitic country, being Israel. But yeah, that's a whole other thing. We'll get into all that shit with after we're done with the Tate interview, which we're almost done. So.
We talk about it all the time.
Was hard to buy for a while in the shops, though.
No, well, we talk about it all the time, like it's evidence of crime. I'm not defending Diddy. I don't even fucking like him. I'm saying he had baby oil. Okay, where's the crime? He fucked all these women. Where's the crime? Oh, he had another man fuck his girl. Where's
that's crime? Fucking wild, but
where's the crime?
Consensual.
There's no crime. But people are so stupid Look, he had a bunch of sex, jail. That's not how it works. We're telling people to have
Don't
a
you
bunch of
think?
sex.
Like,
We're encouraging people to have a bunch of sex. We're telling women to have a bunch of sex. We're telling men to fuck whoever they want and not have kids. This is what we're telling people to do, and then we're saying it's against the law when the person does something
more, we're telling men to fucking accept bitches that are fucking hella niggas. Really?
they don't like. It's a false dichotomy we live in. It saved my life that I didn't do it. Thank fuck. No blowjob that good. Jesus Christ. I'm glad I'm boring.
Until me.
Bonnie.
He would do it. I'm trying to tell y'all niggas, bro. Y'all, this nigga would smash her. He probably done it, bro. He ain't gonna tell y'all niggas that though. I think he did it.
I know you would never cry rape, but somehow I'd end up with a human trafficking charge for touching you. I don't know. They'd say,
I mean, people always
I
say-
forced you to do it. Nah, no.
People always say I belong in prison. Like when I see like TikToks, they're like, how is she not in jail? She's a predator. She's a groomer. And I'm
No,
like,
no.
everyone I fuck is 18. Everyone I fuck, they're consenting to it. And I'm like, how the fuck am I meant to get arrested for that? And if you're saying that's promoting rape culture, then how confusing that is that for the younger generation? Because if
I
they're
don't even understand how niggas are getting to that conclusion. Niggas are actually retarded though. Because what the fuck? She raping niggas because she's allowing niggas to smash her? What the fuck? Are you basically saying that? Because the only thing I can think of that these niggas are thinking is that, okay, because she's letting random niggas smash her, random niggas will think they could just smash random bitches. Like, where does the logic even come in anywhere? Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't understand. I just don't understand. Like, anyway, niggas are dumb. Basically, is the point, y'all.
thinking consensual sex is rape, how many more times are they going to cry rape when that was also consensual? Because if you're saying I'm a rapist and I prove all the time everything's consensual and above board, then how confusing is that for the younger people?
Well, you're not a rapist, one. And two, consensual sex now currently under the law is rape because a woman can remove.
Not only can a woman do it, but also the law can randomly bring that shit up. Now, even if you have consensual sex with literally anyone, what ends up happening is that it's either the woman can turn around and be like, oh, well, he raped me, or the government will pay a woman who you've dealt with in the past to basically say you raped them. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Like, you can't do anything. You do something, it's completely fine at first, and then later they go find some shit on you and be like, nope, he raped that bitch. Just cooked, y'all.
Consent post-action because she's unhappy with how the relationship turned out. So all consensual sex ends up being rape once the woman's upset.
Mhm.
Okay, I've got some really good advice for you. Next time you fuck a girl, make
I bet we'll go for another 8 minutes. We'll go for another 8 minutes.
sure the Birkin is ready. No court cases.
Then there's going to be another Birkin and another Birkin. But no, you're right. This is the world we live in now. And it's very difficult and hard to be a man now. And that's why most men are actually just checking out and giving up on women by and large.
Maybe
do
I'll
you think
say-
it's hard? Do you think you see a lot of men? Do you think it's hard being a man?
Yeah, for sure. They get so
Yeah, why
much
not,
stick
bro?
and women are so protected now. And I'm not saying that's for everything. Like
I'll be real though, but it's always been hard to be a man though. You know, it's always been hard to be a man. It's never been easy. Only 40% of men have ever reproduced, nigga. So like 60% of niggas are all dying before they even get to have children or pass on their genes. So like it's always been hard to be a man. I just think, obviously, particularly speaking, it's less that it's hard to be a man and more that men have been lied to. And no, men have been forced to accept standards that make no sense. Even if everything was okay and standards were still good, it'd still be hard to be a man because we still take on the burden of responsibility for our children and our wife and, you know, those kinds of things. So it's always going to be hard. But what has made, we're facing like a different kind of hard as men now, where it's like we're being forced to accept bad deals. Right? We're being forced to basically be slaves is basically the difference. At least before, back then, when we worked really hard, we got something for our effort, understand? So it's like, it was hard, but we got something for it. Now it's just hard and we get nothing, which is the real big issue now. It's like a man is going to work ridiculously hard just to get with a woman that's going to take half his shit within a few years. Like, that's stupid. Or to get a girl that's way worse than your parents' grandmother or some shit like that. Like, it's... a lot of us as men, we're just dealing with a really unfair situation. And that's what's hard. So a lot of men, it's not like men are almost checking out in a bad way. A lot of men are checking out in the sense of, I just don't want to accept a bad deal. you know, which is good. I think if more men were willing to be like, I don't want to accept a bad deal. I'm actually not going to wife a hoe. I'm actually not going to wife this single mom. I'm actually not going to allow this woman to try to dictate my life if she's not going to be submissive and listen to me and let me lead her life, right? If you're willing to be like, I don't want that shit. If all men were just like that, we'd be fine. It's just like, unfortunately, a lot of men have been forced into and have been convinced into accepting slavery, basically, to be responsible for these women that have no responsibility. Like, how can you be responsible for someone who wants to be able to do whatever they want? You can't. And if people try to force you to be responsible for that person, they're asking you to be a slave, which is obviously bad for many reasons. So it's less that it's hard to be a man and more that we're being forced to accept a very bad deal, even though we already have to work very hard, which is making things worse.
There is loads of women crime. There is loads of women being murdered. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but men's mental health is fucked. Women do nothing to it to help it. And then women are the ones that talk about everyone should be happy and positive. It's women that sit there on their couches with their 2 kids in a council house making TikToks and videos. Instead of thinking, right, I'm going to better myself. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go.
Yeah, because women don't understand men, bro. Like, women, like, when it comes to their emotions, bro, like, they can feel emotions. They can see something that is sad and feel sad. But do they really understand what somebody's going through? Do you think a woman can understand you? Like, do you think women understand you? Because they don't. They can't. You're a man. You live a completely different existence. You were born and you didn't immediately get attention, whereas a woman was born and she immediately started getting attention from the opposite sex, understand? Whereas you had to become something before you got attention. So you instantly already live a different existence. And for this reason, women can't be empathetic towards you because they can't understand what you've been through. You know, they can see something sad that's happening to you and feel bad, but they can't understand what you've been through. That's the whole, like, issue. This is why women will complain and be like, what the fuck is going on? And they're, like, confused or they sound stupid whenever they're talking about what's going on because they don't understand because they're not a man. This is also why, like, women podcasters, women who are in politics, all this shit is just stupid. Just women talking about anything or having any platform to talk about anything is stupid because they're not men. They don't understand what we go through and they never will, which is fine. This is not a bad thing, by the way, y'all.
Get a job so I can help be independent. They don't care. They just do fuck all of their life. And men have to work so hard.
Oh, God.
So yeah, I want to pleasure them. Yes, I want to make them feel happy. Couldn't give a shit if their wife's having to go to bed crying because I've just fucked their husband.
Yeah, I mean, that's, like, clean in a way, but the problem is, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever, bro. Like, that's clean, but it's like, I wish you just went and had kids and stayed with your husband that you're already with. I also talked about in a YouTube video I posted that I clipped on my YouTube about how, like, she was kind of wrong about relationships in terms of, oh, I should just be happy in a relationship. And I'm like, nigga, that don't work.
What's your biggest failure or regret, Bonnie? And don't give me none of this. No failure, no regret.
No. Like,
there isn't though.
I mean, I didn't fall into the system for too long. I only worked in a corporate job for 5 years. If I'd have stayed in that for 20 years, I'd be saying, fuck me, that was the mistake. I copied everyone else. But I guess it's just trusting people too soon, not understanding, I guess, just being naive that people a lot of the time have other intentions, which you don't see at times.
And what one piece of advice would you give Andrew Tate?
Get the Birkins. Drop the rape charges.
I think he does get the Birkins anyway, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, my problem is very similar to yours, Bonnie. Is that I'm too well known, and once you get too well known, problems arise. There is
But then, better question: would you rather be a nobody with no issues or somebody with a lot of issues? Because I would argue that the benefits of being a somebody are a lot greater than the benefits of being a nobody. In the sense of, from being a somebody, the benefits actually outweigh the consequences and compared to being a nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because people always say, oh, no, it's not great to be famous and whatever. Yes, because everything comes with consequences, guys. Because if you're famous, that comes with consequences, but also being a nobody comes with consequences too. And I would just argue that being famous and well-known gives you way more opportunities, to a point that you being well-known has way more pros than it does cons. So they have the same problem because they're both very, very well-known, of course. But it's like, it's a good problem to have, is what I would say.
Can you ever go back?
Well, what do you mean ever go back? Do you mean disappear from the internet?
Well, I mean, stop becoming more famous, stop courting it.
I think I kind of already have. I'm already doing a lot less than I previously did. There'll be a day I disappear from the internet, but the story of Icarus is true. And I think Bonnie actually.
So when you say there'll be a day you disappear off the internet because you'll get assassinated.
I think the story of Icarus is true. And you know what? I'm saying this genuinely from the bottom of my heart.
But to be real, and this will also be the last thing I say, you know what I'm saying? Because we got to head out. But I feel like every single man, like at the end of your life, after you accomplish a crazy amount of shit, the best way to go out is to actually get assassinated. All real niggas got assassinated. I'll be honest. If niggas are not trying to assassinate you, are you actually a real nigga? Were you actually really pushing shit forward? Were you actually leaving a mark on this planet? Because I feel like in every man, like the masculine need, and to reach your peak of masculinity, you actually need to be a threat to niggas. You know what I'm saying? So niggas need to want to kill you. You know what I'm saying? But when you've accomplished a lot of shit and done a lot of cold shit, you don't kind of want to go quietly. I know I don't want to go quietly. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm in my bed all peaceful. You know what I'm saying? I want to go out in an explosion. You know what I'm saying? Like just go crazy. Because that's just a little way to go out. It just shows, it's more of a demonstration of how you chose to live your life. You get assassinated, you blow up or some shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that's something that all men strive for deep down. Bleeding out in the snow or some shit. Like think about all the fucking action movies niggas watch. Like it's always niggas either blowing up, sacrificing themselves for the greater good, fighting 1,000 men and then dying. Like whatever it is, that shit is fire. So if it is assassination, then it is what it is. But like that's how I'd want to go out. Definitely just some blaze, like just going crazy. Like niggas try to kill. Like I don't know. It'd be on some lit shit. I'll tell you that shit right now. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, when I die or get assassinated, niggas will be able to come back to the stream and be like, damn, that nigga Ollie was spitting. This nigga was right. Oh, fuck no. Anyway, let me shout out the little socials for y'all boys before we hop out of this motherfucker, man. We're about 30 minutes done. I mean, not 30 minutes done, but 30 minutes left in this shit. So we're almost done with this motherfucker. Almost done with this motherfucker. Well, let me just shout out. We shout out the live, not the live, okay. Shout out to YouTube. Share that motherfucker for y'all. Y'all see that? Boom. Yup. So this is YouTube, y'all. Ali Argundade. Let's keep growing the fam. Follow me on that motherfucker. Right? And I literally talked about in this video today that I literally dropped today about how the only role women actually play in your life is a man. It's the real raw truth about how you guys should approach women in terms of achieving your goals and becoming extremely successful if that's what you want. But why else would you be joining the fam and be listening to me if that's not what you wanted? You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't want that shit, get the fuck out of here. The fuck? Anyway, yeah, follow the fucking YouTube, y'all. Just fuck with a real nigga, bruh, so we can grow this shit and I can get rich and famous, because why else would a nigga be doing this? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because I got to keep it real with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I got to keep it real with my intentions and what I be on. You know? Yup. Follow up on the X too. We got 37 of you motherfuckers, or 38 of you motherfuckers in here. Gonna like my fucking live. And also like the live, you dumbass niggas. You niggas watching through X, not liking my live. Lame ass niggas. Fuck y'all. Anyway, fuck with me on the X. We talking shit on X. We posting like short form on here too. And just talking mad shit and just valuable shit. You know, my perspectives and views on a lot of shit. A lot of important shit about how men can only care about women by not caring about them, and that this is the natural order. But how is that true, Ali? Well, because when you are more important than a girl, when you are better than her in every single way, you can actually lead her life. But when you're better than her in every single way, in all regards, you end up not caring about her because you're more important than her. Understand? It's like this. That's the transaction of a relationship. It's just like you kind of just want her for the sex, but you don't really care about her, whereas she cares about you because you're rich and famous and tall and sexy and all the other shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have to be better than your girl. That's where the best relationships come from. So follow your boy and X, Ali Argundade. You know what I'm saying? Let me pull out the gram for y'all lame ass niggas, bro. Pull out the gram. This is what we get on Instagram. This is what we get in real life. Hold on, y'all. This is what we get on Instagram. This is what we get like, yup, follow your boy on the gram. I be posting hella on the gram. I post on the gram the most, 2,000 posts and many more to come on there. Come on there, motherfucker. Got the short form on here, quick success tips. And also like, because I also write on threads. I usually write on threads and I also put my threads on X. So it's like threads and X at the same time, but you know what I'm saying? But a lot of perspective stuff too. Here, this is actually a really important video on willpower. You niggas need to watch that motherfucker when you follow me on Instagram. Same thing, Ali Argundade. Follow a real nigga. Follow with a real nigga. And the last but not least of the last, follow your boy on the TikTok. TikTok on the clock. Don't stop tonight. That used to be my favorite song type shit. Nah, I'm fucking capping. That was never my favorite song. Anyway, yeah, follow your nigga. Follow your boy on the TikTok, Tate. Started this motherfucker like 3 weeks ago, a month ago, 4 months ago, whatever, however long it was ago. Follow a nigga on this shit, trying to grow this shit, blow this shit up. Posting on here a lot, about 6 videos a day, you know what I'm saying? So that's going to grow eventually. But come fuck with your fam on here on every single platform. And even if you're like, nigga, I don't want to follow you on any of these other fucking platforms because I don't be on this other shit because I'm too busy grinding and becoming way more successful, which is obviously what I want, then like the stream, follow me on Rumble, subscribe, get post noties on, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you can always catch your boy in these lives, spitting, talking a lot of shit, making sure and helping you guys reach your max potential, of course, you know what I'm saying? So let me see too. I also need to make sure, because I said this last stream, but I'm gonna make sure to do it this time, to always schedule the streams ahead so you always know when I'm gonna go live. If it's gonna be 6, or if maybe I say I have to push it back so it gets pushed back to 7 or 8 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make sure to always schedule my streams ahead from now on so you guys can always see when I'm going live and when I'm fucking around and doing the real nigga shit, right? So, boom. All right, y'all niggas. I will catch y'all in the next live, which should be 6 p.m. Eastern time. Love you, fam. Peace the fuck out, y'all.